Hello everyone, I'm back with another declutter video. This is a new series that I've started because I just decided that I really wanted to go through everything and take stock and see what I'm using, what I'm not using, so that I can get rid of what I'm not using in order to utilize what I am using better. So today I'm going to be doing my single eyeshadows, and I have more than I realized, so I'm only going to do these for this one. I thought about combining other stuff with them, but once I gathered them all together, I realized I have more than I remembered, so I am just going to do the single eyeshadows today. And if you haven't seen my first video where I did eyeliners and primers, I will link it up in the cards as well as in the description box for you in case you want to check that one out as well. Okay, so I've kind of broken them up by brand, but I'm going to start off with this Z palette first. These were single shadows I had gotten in subscription boxes and one that I had ordered from Makeup Geek, and I put them all in this Z palette, but I never really got any other single shadows because palettes became much more popular. And honestly, I don't really find myself reaching for this one, but I'm going to give them a swatch to see if I would want to keep them. So let's see if they even say what they are. No, they do not. Of course not. This one is quite pigmented and shimmery. Like I say, I just don't think to reach for it. But then we have this one, which I don't know if I've ever even used, but this one is labeled. It's Colourpop, and it's called Millie. And then this is the Makeup Geek one, and it's in the color Daydreamer. And I do really like this one. It's like a pretty purple shimmer. Out of these, the only one I can see myself wearing is the purple. The other two, or I haven't reached for them so far, I don't think I will, but I know I'll wear the purple. So I'm going to get rid of these two little singles, and just keep this one. And maybe I'll find some other singles to add to this little palette someday. Next up, I have these NYX single eyeshadows, which came in a advent calendar that NYX did that I got a few years ago. And again, I just don't find myself reaching for them. This one is Prague. This one is Soul. I do use this neutral tan one occasionally as a base. But then we have Manila. And then Transylvania. And again, I just didn't find myself reaching for them because I reach more for palettes than I do the singles. However, I also think I need to find a better way to store my single eyeshadows because they're kind of out of sight, out of mind. So unless I'm specifically looking for a certain color, I just don't think to use them. But these are a number of years old, and where I'm not really using them, not really loving them, plus the fact that they're old, I'm just going to get rid of all of them. This next one is from Makeup Forever. Again, I think I got it in a subscription box at some point. And what color is it? I don't see the color name on the package. Now, on camera here, it's looking brown, but once it's swatched, hopefully you'll see better. I can't tell in the viewfinder if that's showing up correctly because it looks brown, but it really comes out to be more of like a, oh gosh, it's got some purple to it. I don't know how to describe it, but it's got some purple to it and is shimmery. And I have liked it when I've worn it, but I'm going to put it in the maybes because I'm not too sure right now. Now, I'm pretty sure I want to keep all these Colourpop Super Shock shadows. They're from the Princess collection. I have Be Our Guest, A Whole New World, Under the Sea, and So This Is Love. I'm not even gonna take another look at these. I know I like them. I know I want to keep them and continue to use them, so I'm gonna put them in the keep pile. Now this is another subscription box one that I received. It's from Tarte. It's their Chrome Paint Shadow Pot. It's a big one. Big package. Oh boy, oh boy. This could get messy. I didn't realize this one was glittery. Well, that is intense. And well, it's very nicely pigmented. It's a little too intense for me. I don't see myself wearing it on the eyes, so I'm gonna pass that one on. I'm trying to save the real sparkly ones for last, because I know they're gonna get everywhere, but you might have already noticed I have quite a lot of sparkly shadows, because I like a little sparkle. This is Laura Mercier Rose Gold Caviar Stick. And again, these are ones that I don't really reach for too often, but when I do use them, they do look nice. Just kind of pretty gold shine that you can put on. But then I also have this Bobbi Brown cream shadow stick, which seems to me to be very similar. Same sort of type of product, formula, even seems to be a similar color. So I'm going to swatch it next to the other one to see how close they are. So the Laura Mercier seems a little bit darker and a little bit more golden than the Bobbi Brown. I think I only need to keep one, and the Bobbi Brown is the one that I'm gravitating toward and liking more. So I think I'm going to keep the Bobbi Brown one and get rid of the Laura Mercier. So now for some Bare Minerals shadows, which are probably all very old, but we will see. This was at one time a favorite of mine. It's Bare Minerals Silver Lining. And these are the loose powdery types, so they can get quite messy. But it's just a nice silver eyeshadow, shiny. However, I think I may have outgrown it, because the last time I put it on my eyes, I remember looking back at the video that I used it for and not liking the way it looked the way that I used to. Plus, it's probably extremely old, so I'm gonna pass it on. Well, not pass it on, but since it's old, it's time for it to go. Alright, next up is this one from Bare Minerals. It's called Cultured Pearl, and it's not even opened. It's sealed. So, I haven't used it yet though. That's gonna be a maybe. This is Seashell. It's a Bare Minerals Glimmer in Seashell. So it's kind of just a shimmery topper. That's going to be another maybe. Tell you, I have trouble getting rid of my shimmers, and there's a reason I put a towel down here, because it's going everywhere. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it's kind of got a little bit of green to it as well when the light hits it a certain way, so it reminds me of like a mermaid feeling. Then we have Embrace from Bare Minerals. And again, that'd be more of a topper because it's very light. I don't know if you can even see it on my hand, but I think this one I'm going to get rid of because I have other toppers that will show up better, and this one just doesn't appear to be doing much. Alright, the last of the Bare Minerals is Champagne. And I honestly couldn't tell you if they even make any of these anymore because I've had them for ages. ones are hard to swatch, honestly. They just kind of go everywhere. That's another pretty shiny one, but not doing much for me, and I think I have other things that I will gravitate toward more, so another one that's got to go. Now we're getting into more sparkly territory. So this is one I think I got as a Sephora birthday gift. It's the Urban Decay Moon Dust in Starlight. I tell ya, glitter and shimmer are tough ones to get off. They tend to get all over you. Just when you think you've gotten it, more appears. I'm honestly having more and more respect for people who do declutter videos, because it's very hard to get good camera angles. So that's what Moon Dust looks like. It's kind of a peachy pink color with lots of glitter. And I do like this one and don't feel like I've given it enough of a chance. So I am going to hang on to this for now. Now these are from Naked Cosmetics, and these came, I think, in an Ipsy. So that was a set of 4, and they're 4 different colors. Sierra Nevada is this one. Naturally Nude is this one. Wait a minute, that says Sierra Nevada too. Hold up here. 3 of them say Sierra Nevada. Okay, hold on. Okay, Sierra Nevada 5 is this, Sierra Nevada 40 is this, and Sierra Nevada 2 is this, if that helps you at all. And then this is just Naturally Nude, N1. So I don't know why that one's different, but that's what we got. Now these are going to be harder to swatch. Can't remember if I already said that, but because these are just strictly loose shimmers. I don't think would work very well on their own as an eyeshadow, but they will work as toppers. So I'm going to try just doing finger swatches and see. So this is the first one I mentioned. You can see it's very sparkly. They all have a slightly different color to them as far as how the sparkle looks. Oh, but boy are they messy, because opening and closing the package definitely gets everywhere. So you get the idea. I'm not going to swatch them all, because it's just going to be more messy shimmer in different colors. And I already know that I'm going to keep them because I like to have them as toppers for other things. So at least for now I'm going to keep them, and then if I find I'm not using certain colors, I'll declutter them at a later time, but I'm going to keep them for now. Okay, now I saved these for last purposely because I know they can be difficult to get off once they've gone on. So these are both from Colourpop, and they're both from the Zoella Brunch Date collection. One is OG and one is Bellini. So they do, in the bottles they kind of look the same, but once I swatch them you'll see that they're kind of different. And I do like both of them as toppers. You could also use them alone, but they also work really great over other shadows. And I think I lean more toward OG usually by the color, but let's take a look. So this is Bellini. This is OG. And it seems to have it seems to be a little bit lighter, but have a little bit more glitter to it, whereas whereas Bellini seems to be slightly more pigmented and more coppery. So I do tend to lean more toward OG, but I'm going to hang on to both for now because I do like them. They're still working well for me. But you can see that once I've wiped it off, there is still, hopefully you can see, there's still lots of shimmer on my hand that's probably not going to come off for a while. So that's why I did them last. Alright, now to go back through the maybe pile and see, do I really need any of these? This one hasn't been opened, so I'm going to hang on to it for a bit, this Bare Minerals Embrace, or rather Bare Minerals Cultured Pearl, so I can at least try it and see if I like it. And this one I'm going to pass on, the seashell. And then this Makeup Forever one is nice, but I have other things that I think I'd lean more toward in my palettes and things in my palettes that are similar, so I'm going to get rid of that one too. Now for the moment of truth. I thought maybe I would be decluttering more than I was getting rid of, but I'm getting rid of 13. So this is what I'm getting rid of. But I'm keeping 14. So I'm still keeping more than I'm getting rid of, but I still think 13 is pretty good considering what I started with. So I'm keeping these 14. So that's still quite a few single shadows, but again, a lot of them are toppers. And I think, like I said, if I find a different way to store them where I can see them more, then I will be more likely to use them. But I'm still glad that I did this, because that means that was 13 that I'm not really going to be using, which will give me more space and more opportunity to use others. So let me just give you a final overview of everything. And getting rid of, keeping. That is the declutter of my single eyeshadows. I'll be continuing this series with blush and highlight, eyeshadow palettes, as well as lip products. So stay tuned for those. Give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more declutter videos from me or just don't want to miss any of my other videos. And I'd love your feedback on this series. How are you liking it? That would definitely help me out. I will see you soon for another video. Have a great day.